Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll see quick tour about Jenkins and we'll create one Maven project and we'll set up into the Jenkins. If you don't know how to install the Jenkins, just you can go through my previous video. So I already installed Jenkins in my system, and when I enter localhost 8080, so by default port it will run in 8080 only. So once you log in 80 localhost 8080, then this is the home screen of Jenkins. So if you see, this is the dashboard, and this is the new item. Using this we can create that new jobs here. And so if you come into the manage Jenkins, so here we add all the plugins. For example, if you need any Docker, or we need any Maven, or any other npm unique or required any other dependencies, whenever whatever you want, just we need to add all these plugins from here. Just we need to click the available plugin and click npm. So it will come to the npm node.js, click and install it. Like that, we need to search all the dependencies as per your project requirement, which project you are going to configuring the Jenkins. And first we need to download all the dependencies. Okay, so after that there is another section like tools. Here we need to configure Java, whatever Java, JDK, Git, Maven. If we are dealing with and or if whatever the libraries or dependencies we are adding from the manage Jenkins, again it will come into the tools section. Again you need to configure. Okay, so let's see. Today we'll try to add one Maven project into the Jenkins. Okay, so let's go to my github.com. Let's go to my GitHub repository, and if you see, there is one Maven project. So this is, I'm using the Maven project to configure into the Jenkins. So here you will click on the new item and we'll give that the project name as Swagger. I'm giving Swagger as a name. And if you see, this is a pre-style and there is a Maven, there is a pipeline. So by default Maven won't come. We need to add the dependencies from the manage Jenkins. Okay, so enter the Swagger and click on the Maven project and click on OK. Okay, so see, now it is showing configuration screen. So if you see the general, in the general we have the description. So here you can enter any description about your project here. So currently I'm adding Swagger project, right? So I enter like this is all about my about Swagger project. Okay, so like this, if you want any other description, you can just add the description about the project. So anyone is logging into that your Jenkins, then they can be able to easily understand about what about this all the project. Okay, and after that, if you see the Discord builds, GitHub project, and there are so many options, but we are not using all these options in the source code management. So here we are going to give the repository URL. Okay, just now we copied repository URL, so I'm giving here. And apart from that, here if you see the credentials, but my repository is a public repository. If you see, this is a public one, so no need to give the credentials. It will automatically, it has the permissions to access directly. Okay, and here if you see that branch is master, it is coming, but if you see my branch is main, so we need to change the branch name as per your repository and which branch you want to build. Okay, and this is automatically I'm giving, and here build triggers. Okay, so what, when it will use, whenever you are working on any project, once you raise the pull request and your team lead or your manager, once that a pull request is approved, there we need to select whatever the option you want to do. Okay, and as of now I'm going with the default settings. And just now if you see build in the pom.xml file, because it is Maven, right? So I'm giving the pom.xml file as it is. And apart from that, if you see goals and options, here we need to specify the goal about this. So I'm specifying goal mbn clean install. So what it will do, it will compile, it will take the code from the git and it will compile and it will converting into the jar file. Okay, and after that there is a post checks also. So once this build is success, if you want to do something on the post checks, like sending the email, anything you want to do, then you can configure in the build setting the email notification. Okay, We'll see this one in the next videos. And another one is post build actions. Also here also you can, if you want, you can do any build either success or fail. After that, if you want to do something, we need to do in the post build actions. Okay, so this is all about this project configuration. Okay, so what we are added here, if you quickly cross check here, so I'm added one git and I'm adding the github repository link and giving the branch name as a main, and the remaining all pom.xml maven clean install, remaining all as it is the default configuration. Okay, and click on save. Okay, so once it is done, so and sometimes this is Maven project. I showed you when you click on this new item, it is showing Maven project. So by default, Maven project it will won't show. So for that one, what we need to do, we need to go to the manage Jenkins and we need to select the plugins, and here we need to search for the availability plugin as a Maven. Okay, so here first we need to install this Maven. So it's already available. So you need to check in the install plugins because already I installed in my system. If it is not installed, then it will show in the available plugins. Okay, right? Yeah. So apart from that, what which project I'm added into the Jenkins pipeline means this is a Spring Boot application. So what are the dependencies required? I need JDK to run this application, and to build I need a Maven plugin. So these two are required. So once you are downloaded, also we need to do some configuration for that. Environment stuff needs to do. So for that one, what we need to do, again we need to go to the Maven manage Jenkins, and here you can go to the tools. If you, in the tools section, scroll down here, see JDK installation. So here we need to give the your JDK installation path. So in my case, Java home, this is my JDK. So here if you see, I'm not giving any bin, so this is there in the my environment variable, that one you need to give. Okay, and apart from that, git path also you can give, means that git execution file is required because we are taking the code from repository, right? So this plugin also required, we need to specify the git exe file where installed in your system. Okay, and apart from that, one more thing is Maven. So Maven also, this is environment variable. I have defined Maven underscore home, and this is the path of the environment variable. Okay, so if you want, you can just quickly cross check from the environment variable, click on the environment variable. If you see, this is the Java home, I given this path, and this is the Maven I given into the same. Okay, so once it is done, so I given JDK, Maven and Git. Okay, these three are configured. Okay, so once it is done, once you have configured these jobs, right? So this job related data, it will store into the your file system, right? To see that the file system information, you need to go to your C drive, and there is a program data, and if you come here, you can search for the Jenkins. So see, here is the Jenkins, and that Jenkins, here is the job. See, this is the Swagger. So this is the whatever just now we did some configuration for this Jenkins, right? If you see 2101 2104, so once whenever you are adding new item with that, so it will automatically created the configuration from this jobs folder. Okay, so if for example, if you are deleted this folder, automatically our Jenkins job will remove from the Jenkins. Okay, just remember. Also logs, also you can see all the logs will come to here. And there is another things also. If you see workspace, also workspace, it will store all the jar file related to that project. Okay, we'll see how it will show all these things. Okay, so go to the Jenkins and we'll try from the, we'll trigger this job because I'm not added in any automatic build things as of now. Just I configure that one. I'm triggering using build now. Okay, so when you click this build now, so it is started building. If you want, you can see the all the logs also, console output, and if you see what it is doing. Okay, so if you see, it is workspace C dot Jenkins workspace Swagger. So this is the place where our this project will available. Okay, this is a building workspace. Just now we seen right here in the dot Jenkins, the dot Jenkins in the workspace. This is the Swagger one. Okay, this is the file it is coming, all the project details. Okay, so after that one, if you see, so it is reading the pom.xml file, build is filed. So what is the issue? See, so it is showing pom.xml file. The issue with that, so you must specify the valid lifecycle phases. Okay, So why this issue is coming means, if you see in our pom.xml, in the configuration in the goals pom.xml file goals we specify, right? So I am given like Maven clean install, because while building from the manually we are giving ambient clean install. Okay, so but here installation is spelling is wrong, so that is the reason. Okay, so your ambient not a mandatory, you can use the clean install. Okay, so after that you can apply and you can save the configurations and rebuild this one. Okay, so once you build, see if the one build is failed and second build is started, you can see the output now. uh, See now, if you see, it is reading from pom.xml file and it is started. So now there is no test cases in my application. So demo application test. So it is started building this application. So in our goal is like is just build this application, means it will create the jar file. If you see the final success, build is success. If you see, this is the jar file demo snapshot.jar is created. Where it is created? C drive. You can go to this path also, target folder directly. Okay. So C drive dot Jenkins workspace swagger and target. So here is the jar file is available. Okay. So in this case we are just at build is done successfully. In the further step we need to run that jar file and we need to deploy that jar file into that server. Okay, else we need to use java hyphen jar. What we need to in the windows command prompt, java hyphen jar, this file name we need to give to run the command prompt, right? So those things, how we need to try to write those scripts into that pipelines. Okay, so in the next session we'll see those things, how to run this jar file using the pipeline script. Okay, so this is the way. If you want to create any Maven project into the Jenkins, then this is the way you can just try from your side. But you need to just remember in the where all this data is available: C drive, programs data, Jenkins, and workspace in the Swagger. So everything will be available under this local system only. Okay, so whenever if you want to run the Jenkins into the Docker file, also there also in the C, there also it will be, all the file be available in the Docker images. Okay, okay. So I think it is helpful for you. Thanks for watching.